Alright, so today we're looking at the Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified Series 6-inch line. We have Tomax and XAMOT Paoli. I'm going to go ahead and do both figures in the same review, seeing that they're pretty much the same figure. They're twins. There's a few differences, so we'll do that, in a comparison. But for the most part, they're about the same, so I felt like it would be kind of silly if I did two separate reviews of these guys. So here's the side art image, and you can actually combine them to, complete the Cobra symbol here, and you can see the two brothers side by side, or back to back, I should say. And then on the back side, we get that same poster art image that we always get. And you see the numbers is 44 and 45 in the line. Alright, so here we have the twin brothers. We have Tomax on the left side and XAMOT on the right side. Hopefully I'm saying those names right. But it's going to be very hard to differentiate the two, but you can tell by some subtle changes with the two figures. So pretty much everything is flipped. Between the two brothers here. You can see the shoulder guards are flipped. So we got Tomax with the guard on the right shoulder, while XAMOT has it on the left shoulder. Same thing goes for the Cobra symbol. We got it on the left side of Tomax. We got it on the right side of XAMOT. So pretty much this whole harness, or this whole shoulder guard, is flipped on the shoulders. Even the hair bang is flipped on the head. You can also see that the sheaths for the knives are also flipped. But most importantly, the thing you could use to really show the difference or really tell who's who is the scar on XAMOT's face. So XAMOT has a scar on his left cheek, while Tomax has no scar at all on his face. So that's one thing, or one good way in seeing what's different. But everything is flipped, even down to the name. XAMOT is Tomax spelled backwards, so the twins share a lot of things in common here. But they both came out pretty good first impressions. They look great. I like the use of pinless elbows and knees. That's a nice thing that is being designed across multiple brands of Hasbro now, not just Marvel Legends. So it's nice to see that here in G.I. Joe Classified as well. I know they've done it before. It's not new for G.I. Joes, but it's nice to see it continually being used. So both figures come with the exact same set of accessories. So we'll run through this one time, but keep in mind that each of them come with the same thing. So we got a little submachine gun here with a removable magazine that you can attach or remove, of course. So this looks like an MP5K if my Call of Duty knowledge is correct. So this looks pretty cool. The sculpt is all there. I like it. It's all black. It's not painted or anything. But it does look good. We do get the little peg hole at the end, so you could plug in an effect that's not included, but if you have any extra effects lying around, you could probably peg it into that. But you can peg in this suppressor right here, just like that. So if you want to go a little stealthy, then you can plug in the suppressor that comes included. And then last but not least, we get a pair of little squiggly knives here. You can see here. So each of them come with two for each. So of course we did see that they do have little sheaths for the knives. So we can go ahead and slide one in to that one, and then the other one down to the one on the leg here. So you can holster those. As for the gun, you're gonna have to just have him hold the gun. There is no holster for the actual gun. But that's about it. There is no swappable head. There is no alternate hands or anything. We just get the weapons there. Alright, so here's Tomax with the submachine gun in his hand. Fits on perfectly. And then we have XAMOT with the knives. Those also fit on very nicely. So nice tight fit on both weapons. It's always great to see. Alright, so in terms of paint, for the most part, it's pretty good. There are some spotty, areas in my figure. On this sash right here across the let's get the gun out the way. Across the torso, at least on this one, I got a little nick on the bottom. You can kind of see a little mark there. And on the other, you can see some red paint missing there. It's a little bit of a nick there too. So it varies figure to figure. Unfortunately, these both have something, at least something on there. It's nothing too insane, but it's not the cleanest job. I wish that was a little bit cleaner. Other than that, I don't see any other issues in terms of quality control. The silver on the figure is all the plastic mold, while the red is painted over that plastic mold. It's like a little marbleized silver plastic, so it looks okay. It looks like metal, the best it could without it being painted. So overall, it's not terrible. And here's a quick look at the head sculpts closer together. I think Hasbro really did a good job in capturing the likenesses and seeing that they're twins, really capturing the the identicalness of a twin. So looks like the same person, looks like they're twins, but they are ever so subtly slightly different. You can see the hairstyles and of course that scar on Zaymot's cheek right there, which came out very nice. Now as for the head, it looks like it's on a barbell peg. It looks up about that high and it looks down about that low. The neck is also articulated as well, but it's a little stiff. Left and right, it gets a little hindered by the armor, and then you can do some head tilting as well. Arms will go forward all the way up. You can see here that this is pretty pliable, so it's not really gonna hinder it from moving, but it does get in the way a little bit. The other arm is a little bit more free to rotate as it wishes there. In and out on both arms just fine. And we also do get some nice butterfly joints here, as you see. Then we get a bicep swivel, those double jointed elbows with a swivel at the wrist, and a side hinge on both hands, not just one but both, so that's interesting. The ab crunch is super clicky, so you can see that. It's a little too clicky. This one's not too bad. The other one, which is XAMOT, is a little bit more wobblier. That's a word. It's more wobbly, unfortunately. While TOMAX is okay, it's not terrible. We do get a waist swivel. Legs do drop down ever so slightly, but they do. They kick forward and they go back down, in and out. Does a full split, no issues there. And you gotta move that back up. And then we have a thigh swivel, double jointed pinless knees down here, bend very well. And we also do get a boot cut shin swivel, an ankle hinge at the foot, and an ankle rocker. Also worth noting that the torso piece is pegged in on the back. There is a peg hole right here. The entire piece is pretty pliable and you could remove it if you wanted to. Just do this right here and now it's off. So now you can have TOMAX without it, and that's how he looks. And while we're here, we could take a closer look at the torso. You can see that the actual skin tone part of his torso is actually the blue mold of the shirt, and they painted the skin tone there. I feel like it needs one more coat because I can see some blue ever so slightly underneath that skin paint, but it's not too terrible. It's just more noticeable because it just needs one more coat compared to the actual plastic mold that is just a plastic mold, so you don't see anything like that. But I think they did a decent job trying to blend it. I mean, it's not perfect, it's not 100%, but it's, it doesn't stick out too badly. And I'll go ahead and throw in Storm Shadow and Baroness here. And if you didn't notice, I did flip the two brothers here, so I got TOMAX on the right side now and XAMOT on the left side. And here we have Cobra Commander on the left while we have Zartan on the right. So of course it would be cool to get the Crimson Guards. They are not released yet, but once they are released, it'd be nice to get them next to the Crimson Twins here. I think it would be a nice little setup. But that is overall everything that this figure has to offer here. I'm really happy with this release. I think they look great. They came out pretty good. Die-hard G.I. Joe fans, let me know down below how you guys feel about this. I think a lot of people, especially the die-hard G.I. Joe fans, were very excited for the Crimson Twins finally being released for the Classified series. But I think they look great. So with that said, I'm going to wrap it up here. Let me know your thoughts down below. Hit the like button and also consider subscribing if you have not done so already. As always, everyone, take care, take it easy, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.